Hello and welcome, this is Mr. Icarus and welcome to the fifth circle of Bullet Hell. In this episode we're going to be having a look at ALLTYNEX Second, which I believe is the third and final installment in the Tale of ALLTYNEX trilogy. This has been so bloody confusing for me because the whole gimmick with this game is that they've been telling the story in reverse order. So the first game they released, Kamui, which was the last one I played, told the end of the story, and now here we are with ALLTYNEX Second, which is the third installment telling the beginning of the story, which turns out to be as simple as evil supercomputer decides to kill all humans. Humans fight back. There you go, job done. Did this really need to be told retroactively over the course of 3 games? No. It's a shmup. We're here to blow shit up. Welcome to ALLTYNEX Second. I mean, I appreciate the effort and everything, I'd just rather have a story that doesn't try to forcibly eject my brain through my nostrils. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're ready to rock. And this, I believe, is the first full 3D shmup that I've had the pleasure of playing here. And to be honest, not a lot's changed. Despite the fact that we've now got shiny 3D graphics, it's still pretty much a top-down 2D shmup. Everything approaches you on that standard plane, but what they've done, aside from the extra graphical flash, is give us laser swords. Oh yeah, this game encourages you to get really up close and personal with your enemies here, and this first stage does a lot to encourage you to use them. To be honest, I had no idea what most of the controls were. It took me a good 3-4 tries for me to get the hang of what you could do with the laser swords, but it pretty much locks onto the nearest enemy that you can get up to there and slashes away at them. And they're absurdly powerful. Absurdly powerful. I mean, I just slashed a battleship to death. Yeah. These games, they are designed to make you feel like a badass, but simultaneously they're also designed to give you a significant challenge as well. And that is achieved through the sheer amount of mayhem going on screen, and the energy meter, which you can see in the bottom left-hand corner there. Now, when I blow things up using my standard guns, they leave behind little bits that I need to collect. I have to be firing my standard gun in order to collect them. It's kind of strange like that. If I'm slashing my energy sword, I can't pick them up, and they're basically crucial for your special attacks, which we'll get to in a little bit. They're usually best used when dealing with a pretty large enemy, because your main gun is usually like just spitting peas at them, and that's why we have that. That's why we have the big badass beam. Anyway, this first stage of the game is all about just getting you accustomed to the mechanics, to the weaponry, to the fire patterns, and let's face it, not a lot of people are going to pick up a game like this first go and absolutely blitz it, because you'd have to have precognition to figure out some of the fire patterns in this game and figure out what you're able to do. I mean, I just took a hit there, and I've done this stage countless times. We've got a first boss as well. Azeliel? I have no idea how to pronounce half of the boss names in this game, or in any of the preceding games. They put really weird letters in really weird places when it comes to boss names. So we're gonna blow up a few asteroids here before we get to the main boss. You're going down, Azeliel. I'm sure that's your name. I'm just gonna stick with that. But anyway, pattern recognition. That is the one thing that will save your bacon when it comes to boss battles in this game, and interestingly, they've included weak spots in this game. A lot of the time with bosses in previous editions of ALLTYNEX, it was just about shooting the big thing. But here you got to make sure you hit a specific spot, and that's why I'm just going hell for leather on my laser swords. Laser beam. And you'll notice my energy is draining every time I use it. Thankfully I didn't have to use it too much, because Azeliel is weak sauce. Oh yeah. How do you like them apples? Cool, that is the first stage done and dusted. It is now time for the game to put its foot down on the accelerator. It is no longer training wheel time. It is shmup o'clock. And now we've got these guys to deal with. The first time I came up against this, I just lost so many bloody lives because I was trying to deal with the fact that they were rotating and the fire patterns, and I didn't know that my laser space lightsaber could, you know, sweep them away. The orange projectiles, that is, there's just so much stuff to think about, and I just lost a goddamn life. Oh well, at least we haven't lost a continue yet. Oh, seriously, I love the music. I've said this about a few of them, but there's something about music in shmups really, you know, gets my head nodding. I love it. Gets you in the mood. Get you ready to blow up an alien armada. And we're gonna take this space station to pieces. But first, we've got to fight through all of these irritating missile-launching sons of bitches. And these guys, oh god, I lost so many bloody lives to these guys. Oh, bit of an accidental beam launch there. Hopefully I'll be able to recoup the energy. I'm currently at 5. Awesome. It's very easy to forget that you need to collect energy in this game, and you can quite easily find yourself up against a mid-boss or a final boss with a pathetically weak front-firing weapon and absolutely no oomph whatsoever to your big laser cannon or your lock-on missile. So, energy management, pretty important. And now enter the Space Snake. Seriously, look at this thing. Who decided that was a good design for defending a space station? I want names. But the first time I fought this, I was wondering why the hell it didn't blow up once I'd, you know, finished slashing it to ribbons, and it turns out that that would be too early. Because without the Space Snake, you wouldn't have anything to get in the way of these big laser beams coming from the station here. So you're supposed to use it as cover, basically. I spent ages stuck inside that bloody circle of a snake, figuring out what I was supposed to do. But now we've got that neatly out of the way. Hopefully we don't take any hits around here. I often collide with the side of the station here, which is uber embarrassing. Something you totally don't want to do. It's something I don't normally consider. It's having these 3D models to deal with. It's just, my brain is struggling to adjust. As I have said many times in the past on Fifth Circle, the speech centers of the brain and hand-eye coordination don't necessarily get along and work at the same time. I just blew that up really quick. Jeez. I did not expect that to happen so quick. But if you don't blow it up quick enough, a big giant laser on the ship blows you to pieces. But now we've got Adonai. Adonai? Adonai? I don't know. I don't know. I need a pronunciation laser it. I need a pronunciation guide for this bloody game. But Adonai... I can safely say this is the first of the uber irritating bosses in this game. The first part of it, you know, not too bad with its flappy arms. But now that it's using battleship debris as a friggin', I have no idea, as a funnel, something like that. But I always lose bits of life here because I just, for the life of me, can't figure out how to dodge those blue bouncy beams. And now we've got the final stage of it. Third and final stage. This weird as balls attack pattern. See what I mean? It just sends out these little lasers that just bounce all over the place. It's really hard to look out for. You're dealing with this rotating, laser firing son of a bitch. And there we go. That's another life gone. I'm waiting for that. Waiting for that opening so you can just obliterate it is uber tricky to judge, but thankfully we got through that. We got through that. And now we enter the Earth's atmosphere. We're finally home. But we're nowhere near the end of the game. I think we've got another 2 stages. But I always find this one pretty interesting. Actually, I'm trying to remember what this one actually is. All of the stages seem to mesh into one for me now. But yeah, see what I mean about the projectiles? It's starting to just throw absolutely tricky patterns. The fighters will take bits of your health away. It really encourages you just to slash away without thinking about the energy cost. And, damn. My focus. My focus is waning. It's so hard to keep up here. You've got these enemies that pop up behind you like douchebags. It's, And here we've got a mid-boss. See if we can take him out before he deals too much damage to us. Let's see if I can remember what he does. Yeah. It's the dippy, uppy, and downy thing. This is... Ah, damn it, I forgot about the homing lasers. That's my technical name for what this thing does. The dippy up and down with the arms thingy. That's what happens when the game doesn't give you a weirdly unpronounceable name to call a mid-level boss by. But now we descend into Saudi Arabia. I'm pretty sure that's the Gulf Coast. That seems to be where this evil supercomputer is situated. And I'm super low on energy right now. I'm going to have to concentrate on hoovering up those little energy diamonds. Did I take a hit? Totally losing track of what's going on. The perspective in this game really throws me... Ah, Jesus, was sideways. See what I mean? Yeah, I get that we've got these shiny 3D graphics here and you're eager to show them off, but my god, my eyes are rolling around in their sockets right now. Just trying to figure out where my ship is among all of this crap. I think that's one thing I prefer to the kind of sprite-based shmups for. You know where your ship is. There's usually a little bright spot signifying your hitbox. In this game, it's a hell of a lot more vague. And you just end up, flailing. That is what I'm doing. It may look like I'm doing something impressive on screen, but let me tell you, I am flailing. Oh man, I don't even know. If you think it's tricky to follow not playing the game, imagine what it's like with the controller in your hands. You've got to pretty much ignore at least 2/3 of what's happening on the screen and just focus on this bubble around your ship. Oh man, I am so happy with that. I got through the majority of that without taking damage. That's great. And now, the boss. This one's pretty cool. I can't remember what its name is though. Agitara. That is the name of the thing. Agitara. Will try and blow me out the sky with that big blue laser. Not much we can do about it, we just gotta dodge it. And then take out all of these turrets on its side before they can nick away at my health. There's just so many projectiles flying about, god damn! We got purple, we got blue, oh, we got the orange. Space lightsaber, save me! But the getting up close and personal tactic doesn't always work so well. There are just some things you can't really anticipate all that quickly, and your space lightsaber... Aren't lightsabers technically spacey anyway? I'm getting stuck in semantics here. Let's just call it the friggin' laser swords. Just to make the confusion a little less so. And now the boss transforms. It goes from a tank to a jet. I just love boss design in shmups. I think that's possibly one of my favorite things, plural, about shmups, is the fact that you have this huge variety in bosses. I mean, shmups without interesting bosses would just be a bit of a bore, really. And that is usually the case. I'm just really happy to see all this crazy variety, and crap. I just only noticed now that I did take a hit there. I'm probably going to lose a life. Yep, there we go. There's one continue. That's one. We're doing pretty well, come to think of it. I can't remember how many continues this game actually throws at you. I think it's something silly like 11 or 12. So it is extremely doable to get through this game after a fair bit of practice. But goodbye, Agitara. I think that was your name. There's just so many weird pronunciations. And we're loading the next stage. Last line of defense. Oh yeah, let's kick it up a notch. Oh, like I say, music is badass. And I have bugger all energy. I'm really going to have to hoover this up again. I always forget to do this. I always forget to monitor my energy levels. But you know what? It's not so bad. I'm kind of... Oh, Jesus. I'm trying to look on the bright side. With the fact that I've only had... Well, jeez. I've only had one continue so far. Yeah, the game is really putting its foot down now. So, forgive me if I go quiet for long periods of time here. I'm just trying to concentrate on what's happening on the screen. Oh, man. Yeah, we're pretty close to losing another continue. That'll take us down to, what, 10, 11? There's some tricky patterns coming up, and I always faff up. Oh yeah, this is the part. It's the tanks. We got these awesome little tanks that get flown in. Oh, it's great. It's great. I love it. It's just so theatrical and over the top. It's fantastic. I mean, can you imagine the logistics of putting this stuff together? Who designed this in the first place? If it was just a homicidal crazy computer, yeah, I could understand that. But this right here, this mid-boss, is the only case I can think of where it is actually more advantageous to let the tanks run out of road than it is to kill them early, because now I've got to deal with this stuff. This doesn't happen if... Jeez, I lost another continue. This right here, what's happening, doesn't happen if you let the tanks just run on. Ah, jeez, there's just so many mini-bosses. I hate... Ah! That right there, that red spinny thing, bane of my existence. That is the second most irritating thing in this game. Because it is just so tricky to deal with. They take a ton of damage as well before you can get rid of them. Okay, what's next? I'm losing the ability to think ahead here. Is it space laser time? Oh shit, it's space laser time. Just when you thought it couldn't get any trickier. Now I have to dodge a giant space laser. And you know what? The 3D aspect of this, the perspective, doesn't really do the game any favors when it comes to this section of game. There are a few bits here where the perspective changes so quick that I'm just like, ah, geez, how am I meant to deal with that? How am I supposed to react to that? And the answer is practice. Muscle memory. Ah, geez. Yeah, just pure muscle memory. And now, quite possibly the most irritating thing in the game. I friggin' hate this boss. Alacran. You douchebag Alacran. Look at this shit. You have to react so fast. It just has so many attacks. Sure, they all happen in stages, but dealing with them, oh man, these friggin' arms. It reminds me of a similar boss out of, I think it was Reflex, the second game, that has similar crazy patterns to this, but this one takes the friggin' cake. Ah. It just has it has several phases, and it's an absolute son of a bitch. Look at this. Look at this crap. How are you supposed to deal with that? And now it grows a goddamn tail. Ah, jeez. Bugger. Bugger. It just does so many friggin' things. I'm surprised I'm not having a seizure right now. I'm so thankful that I do not have epilepsy. And these friggin' lasers, everything about this boss. Get away. Get the fuck away. Jesus Christ. Everything about this boss is a pain in the ass. Why is it not dead yet? Ah, crap. How many continues is that now? I have no idea. Is there even a counter? Oh, seriously, is this thing nearly dead yet? Right, concentration time. We don't need to... We don't want to lose any more lives. Damn it. I keep forgetting about the edges of the screen. Yes! But anyway, as I was saying, you know the edges of the screen where there's like that little border, that little opaque border? You can't actually go beyond that, but your enemies can. It's so friggin' unfair. There's a few gripes. But I find the rest of it immensely enjoyable. And here we are, final area. Everything gets sinister. And the enemy patterns are so kind of precise here. It's kind of unsettling. It's not the kind of absolute... It's not the absolute mayhem of other stages where there's just things coming at you from everywhere. They're all, you know, popping in very slowly, aiming at you, and then becoming a big pain in the ass. And those mines, those purple mines, real toughies. Ah, crap. Keep forgetting about the friggin' jets coming in from behind. I think that's one of the biggest douchebag moves in shmups. Having enemies appear from behind you. And this should be familiar to anyone that's played Reflex or... Jesus! Another continue? Any previous versions of ALLTYNEX. This is a recurring character, I believe. Pretty badass as well. I think this was like the final boss of Reflex. I'm pretty sure. It's just the design is so similar. But I don't blame them for recycling. Coming up with all these crazy bosses in the first place is an achievement in of itself. Let's try and get this guy down without losing another continue. Ah! Missiles everywhere. But conquering this kind of stuff is what I play shmups for. I'm seriously low on energy here. That is really bad for a boss. Ah, yes. Goodbye. Here we are. This is it. We've reached the big kahuna. ALLTYNEX itself. And to be honest, this is probably one of the most straightforward bosses in the game. Despite all the crazy cherry blossom crap happening on screen right now. It's largely because all of its attacks stem from a single central point. It doesn't move around all over the place. Ah, crap. I'm still taking damage, and I've lost a life. Okay, maybe not that straightforward, but certainly a heck of a lot easier to anticipate and understand than a lot of the other bosses in the game. It'll only take you a few attempts against this guy to nail down its patterns, which largely involves laser beams. Lots of laser beams. Damn, we're on to stage 2 of it already. We've got to attack the core for massive damage. As you can see, it's just a lot of easily intercepted projectiles, dodgeable laser beams. Okay, maybe the blue ones aren't as easy to dodge, but still, there we go, done. Mission accomplished. Bit of an anticlimax, really, when you think about it. But oh wait, there's more. There's more. We have the visitor from Clip. I wish I could rewind this so I could try and say that. It's called Satariel or something like that, but the name of the place where it was from? Unpronounceable. Quiploth or some crap like that. But this is the final boss. You know it's badass because it's got wings. And missiles, oh crap. It really is everything, the boss. All these bloody projectiles. And I think the most frustrating thing about this, despite all the bloody homing lasers and being confined to one side of the screen while that main blue laser's going off, is the fact that if you've had a particularly iffy run with this and you've been hammering through the continues, you're going to have to go through the entire game again just to practice on this guy. I've already taken a hit as well, damn. This guy has a ton of faces. Look at that! How are you supposed to see what's going on inside that? That absolute maelstrom of lasers! Dick move, sir. Dick move. And the purple... Oh, Jesus. The purple mines. How many... Have I got 7 continues left? That's pretty good going. Let's see how many we end up with. We had 6, 7, 8 roundabouts. Let's see how many continues we end up with by the end of this boss battle. Oh, jeez. I know if I just keep in the middle of that radius, I'll be okay, but it's... Ah, jeez. It's all the stuff it fires off inside of it that gets me. I'm too distracted by the blue shiny lights. Ah, I can't slash away the mines, damn it. Okay, we're about to lose another continue. I've totally forgotten how many phases this boss has. Oh, Jesus, tentacle arms, that is creepy. That is disconcerting. Oh, that is weird. 7 continues left. So we've used, what, 1, 2 continues so far? Oh, crap. I forgot about this. I forgot that it teleports in these little douchebag ships that fly at you while you're confined between lasers. That is why you've got to take out these bloody tentacle arms. I'm going to have to bring out the big guns. Laser time. Thankfully, there's a few things that this boss throws up even, that let you replenish your energy. These little guys that just teleport in, you can hoover up little energy orbs from them. And thankfully, your energy does recharge. Did I use... Oh, jeez, lost another life. Thankfully, your energy does recharge as you go. You don't have to collect orbs, it just makes it go quicker. Is it done? Have I done it? Is it dead? Suck it! Yes! Oh wait, no, it's not dead. Oh, balls, I spoke too soon! It's decided to become even more irritating! Oh, Christ. This is one thing that never fails to amuse me about these bloody games. The last boss is usually a blowout. An absolute over-the-top blowout. I love it. I hate it at the same time. And I'm always kind of disappointed when it isn't something completely nutso like this. Ah, jeez. Yes! Go back to Zikquithapel, wherever the hell it was. That is ALLTYNEX Second. Dusted and done. And dusted again. Type B craft. Awesome! So I've got a second craft type I can use. And so there's more story. So basically the thing that confuses me about this is we blow up ALLTYNEX and the developers have to justify this by saying, oh wait, no, there was a second one. We were allowed to get through that infallible machine army and blow the crap out of ALLTYNEX. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this, feel free to check it out on Steam. The link is in the comments, not the comments, the description below. And oh man, I'm going to have a giant cup of tea after this. This has been an ordeal. I've been practicing so much at this game. You have no idea. This is just one take. I do so many takes playing these games, it would drive me mad. I play these for hours trying to get a really good take, ideally finish the game, and show you guys what it's all about. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already. This has been Mr. Icarus. This has been the fifth circle of Bullet Hell. We have finished the ALLTYNEX saga, the Tale of ALLTYNEX. And thank God for that. It's been really enjoyable, but thank God. We can move on to something else. This has been Mr. Icarus. Icarus out.